Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another video on my channel. If you're new here, my name is Devin. If you're not new here, welcome back. You know, I do college lifestyle fashion videos, blah blah blah. So, as you can see in the title, today we're doing Georgia State advice. I'm a freshman here at Georgia State. I stay at Piedmont Central. This is my second semester. So I feel like I could give pretty good advice about it. I made a whole list for you guys, and I broke it down into categories and stuff. So, and yeah. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So the first topic I was going to talk about is staying focused. So it is so easy to get caught up, especially because you're in Atlanta. Let's say if you move from out of state like I did. Atlanta's kind of a shock because it's so different from other places that, like, I don't know, it's easy to get caught up in the wrong things. It's easy to get caught up in, like, not the wrong things, but it's just easy to lose track of why you're here. At the end of the day, you came to college because you're going to school. Don't forget that. Yes, you can have fun, but there is a party every single night. There is going to be another opportunity to do whatever you're planning to do that night. Get your work done first. You need to get a planner because you will forget about your assignments, and the planner is the one thing that's keeping me on top of things. I write down my due dates on the planner and I check them off whenever I finish them, and that has helped me maintain my good GPA and be on the dean's list last semester. So get you one. Also, the Pulse app, I'll put like a picture of it on the screen, is the Georgia State University iCollege app. So we use iCollege for like basically all your classes, but Pulse is the app version of iCollege, I guess you could say. Turn on the notifications so you get a notification every single time your teacher posts an announcement. I can't tell you how many times I didn't look at that announcement and my teacher canceled class, canceled an assignment, canceled something, and I didn't see it. Like, just turn on those notifications, get the app. It'll do you right. The next topic is promoter parties. So, okay, there are regular parties, and then there's also promoter parties. So the regular parties, I would say, are like the dorm parties or like the parties in like apartments. So obviously Commons has parties sometimes, and then there's parties at the Mix, and there's parties at Reflections sometimes. I'll talk more about like those housing situations later in the video, but Commons parties are crowded. Reflections parties don't happen that often because Reflections is kind of hard to get into, but they do happen. Mix is small also. Those are more like kickbacks rather than parties. But if you like to not go to big parties, I would recommend going to those instead because there's a lot less people, and it's also like easier to get things, if you know what I mean. But I don't know. I like those better because it's more intimate. You make more friends, you meet more people. Whereas promoter parties suck. Don't let anybody tell you different. I don't care. Like, promoter parties are just not the way to go. They are always like 10, 15, 20 minute drive away from campus. They aren't in the safest locations, and the lines are always like outside the door, like all the way around, and half the time it'd be cold out. Like, it's one thing if it's the beginning of the school year where it's warm out and everybody will go and just stand outside and be okay, but like now that it's winter, it's cold. So it's so cold, like so standing outside is just not a good thing. You'll stand in those lines for hours before you can even get into the party. And once you actually get into the party, it's like not even worth it because it's so crowded that everybody's just like kind of there standing. There's not any drinks or anything. So it's kind of like, you kind of go just to dance. I mean, that's fun. Like, you make your own experience at these parties, but I'm just telling you, it is not super worth it. You could have fun doing something else. Also, for promoter parties, you have to pay. Like, obviously that's kind of like self-explanatory. Like, they have promoter parties like every weekend, like three a weekend, basically every single weekend, and you have to pay like sometimes $5, $10, $15. So basically they have, okay, let me break it down for y'all. I wish somebody told me this before. So they drop these events, and they have like Instagram accounts for it. So they drop the events, and at the time that they drop the event is when the prices are like the cheapest. And as you get closer, they up the prices. So usually if you get the tickets early, it's like $5. But let's say you wait till the day before, it's like 10, 15. And then if you get there and you see that line all the way across the building, there's also another line. It's called the skip line. those tickets are like $20, $25 just to skip the line to go right into the party. And let me tell you, those tickets are kind of worth it, but that money adds up, you know what I mean? And if you're a broke college student, you don't have the money to be spending $5, $10, $15 every weekend. Because let's say if you even spend $5 and you go to a promoter party twice on the weekend, that's $10. Do that 4 times a month. Come on, $40 right there. That's a whole meal and a half. Like, that's a fucking lobster dinner right there. What? So yeah, I don't know. There's always a promoter party, so if you don't go to one, don't feel bad. Like, there's gonna be another one next weekend with the same thing happening. So I would recommend going to kickbacks instead on campus because they're a lot more fun and you're gonna meet a lot more people. It's so much easier to go into. You don't have to pay for an Uber to get there. Like, it's just overall better in my opinion, and a lot of people I talk to agree with me. And like, I feel like as the semester went on, not as many people went to the promoter parties as they did at the beginning of the year. Don't get me wrong, I've been to a couple, like a handful, and they're fun, but a handful is enough for me. Next topic is making friends. This is a big one for me because I think you should make as many friends as you can on the first week of school. I'm talking fall of your freshman year, first week, silly week. Meet as many people as you can, say hi to as many people as you can, get their Instagrams. If you see someone in the hallway, just literally, it's as simple as, oh my god, you're so pretty. Then you'll be friends, literally, because you have to remember, everybody's in the same boat. Everybody just went to like college. Everybody's looking for friends. So it'll be so easy to make friends on the first week because that's what everybody's doing. Whereas if you're like, I'm not going to tell you it's impossible to make friends later in the semester, but it is definitely harder because the cliques start to form and people start to know each other. But people are still going to be nice to you and want to make friends because I feel like everybody wants more friends, you know what I mean? But it's definitely easier to make friends in the first week. And make sure, okay, don't make acquaintances, make friends. There's a difference between meeting somebody once and saying hi than like following up with them. Make sure if you get someone's Instagram, text them. Like, if you see them, say hi, like, ask them what they're doing, invite them to hang out with you. Like, that's how you want to maintain these relationships, because I can't tell you how many people I met and then I just never talk to again, and now I just see them and I'll say hi, but that's that. Or like, I'll see them, just give them a little nod and like, I don't know. It's like, you want to meet as many people as you can, but it's also hard to maintain those relationships because you're meeting so many people. But I think if you put a little bit of effort into it, you'll definitely be happy. Because if you know more people, you can go to more things, you can, like, you'll just have a better college experience overall if you know so many more people. So that is my biggest advice. Literally, if you learn nothing else from this video, meet as many people as you can on the first week. Make friends with the people on your floor at your dorm, make friends with people in the dining hall, make friends with people at the library. So I remember the first week of school was easy for me to make friends in the elevator too, which is so random, but like literally because you're so close, and elevators are awkward, let's be real. Just talk to that person, be like, hi, how are you, like, what's your major, like, you're so pretty, what's your Instagram? Ask for the Instagram always, and then follow up with them, and then, you know, your follower count will go up too, and guess what, you'll be happy. Next, I really want to talk about dorms and housing. Okay. This is a big thing because everybody wants to know where to stay, what to do, like, all that. First, I'll go through, like, every building. Piedmont Central. I stay at Piedmont Central. It's nice. I can't complain. Like, you could see. The thing is, it's hard to get a private dorm at Piedmont Central, meaning you have the room to yourself and the other girl has the room to themselves and you share the bathroom. Those go by so quick. It's very hard to get them. Now, if you have a room like I do where there's 2 people in each like room and then 2 people in the other room and then you still share a bathroom, it's not bad, but if you're a person who likes to have your alone time, you're not gonna like it at all. Like, you are going to absolutely hate it. Like, you're not gonna, it's hard because especially a lot of people have never had a roommate in their lives before, so like to kind of like switch up and change, that's hard. But I'll honestly say, try and find your roommate before you get to campus, because if you get randomly selected someone, it's luck of the draw at that point. But honestly, Piedmont Central is the most popular dorm. I feel like whenever you meet somebody, they're always like, oh yeah, I stay at Central. It's very rare that I hear somebody say, oh yeah, I stay at Patton. Maybe that's because that's the people I cross paths with, but like, I don't know. I feel like everybody stays here and there's always something happening here. like, Piedmont Central is basically the best freshman dorm, if I'm being honest, and that's what everybody says. But honestly, I haven't had that many problems here, like dorm-wise, besides, like, maybe I had an argument with my roommate, but, like, dorm-wise, Piedmont Central is pretty good. We had a couple floods here that I will say. We did have, our hot water wasn't working at one point, and the other day my toilet handle fell off. So I have had some problems, but it's not, like, anything that has, like, made me, like, deferred me from Piedmont Central, you know what I mean? It's not, like, absolutely terrible. Reflections is the next thing I'll talk about. It is not worth the price. So I've been in only a couple of Reflections dorms, and I'll say, like, the rooms are pretty small. It's kind of set up kind of weird. It's just not worth the price. It's like $1,200–1,300 a month, and I don't know. For me personally, it's a no. It's also like, you have a key, you have to tap the key to walk through, and like you have like 15 guests at a time you could have or something like that. It's not bad, but it's just not worth the price. It's expensive, like, it's expensive, and I've heard that Reflections got flooded before too, like, people were like mad and stuff. I don't know, it's a lot. It's not worth it, trust me. The mix is as expensive as Reflections, but it's bigger and it's nicer. But Reflections and the mix are also kind of hard to get into, not in terms of like buying it. I'm talking about, like, let's say if you don't stay there, let's say if you stay at Central but you want to go to the mix or to Reflections, that person has to come down and like check you in. Let's say if you're going to a party there, those people have to, like, somebody always has to come down to bring you up because you can't get through by yourself. Whereas like the dorms, you have an access card. Since they're not like technically Georgia State buildings, they're just apartments, you have to have a key to get up, and then they have to check you in and stuff like that. It's a process. It's kind of hard, but don't let that defer you from choosing to stay there. The mix is nice. I actually really like it. I want to stay there, but I don't have the funds. Commons is the next one I'm going to talk about. Commons is so underrated. So this year, some freshmen were able to stay there even though you weren't a part of the honors college. Usually, the only freshmen that can stay there are honor students and then, like, upperclassmen. But this year, they have, like, too many freshmen and not enough dorms, so they let some people go to Commons. And if you have that chance, if that happens again, try and get Commons. I will say, if you stay at Commons, you'll have your own room, so you don't get that, like, roommate bonding, if that's really what you want, that college experience of having a roommate. But, like, someone like me, if you like to be by yourself and have time to yourself, like, you're gonna love staying at Commons. Also, I'll talk about food later, but having a kitchen, you're gonna want that. You are gonna want that. And at Commons, you have a kitchen, so that's good. Patton is just okay. Like, it's just another dorm. Some of them have L-shaped rooms, which are really big. If you look on, like, Georgia State's housing website, it'll tell you, like, what rooms, like, if the room ends in a certain number, then it's an L-shaped room. Other than that, they're, like, small rooms like mine. If you can get an L-shaped room, those are nice. But other than that, Patton always stinks. Patton smells bad. So you don't really want to stay there. It's not too far. It's not too far out of the way, but it's okay. Lofts is another dorm that I forgot to talk about. I don't really be going over there. Nothing really happens over there. It's not the nicest, if I'm being honest. It's mid as fuck. Extremely mid. Last but not least, North. North is far out of the way. Everybody says it. Everybody knows it. Honestly, the walk isn't that bad. People over-exaggerate it, but it is kind of out of the way of everything. I will say North is where the niggas be at. But, honestly, North has the best food. I'll talk about that again later. But Piedmont North is not as bad as people make it out to be, but it's definitely not as good as it could be. If you want a bigger room, I would say go to North. But I don't know. It's a hotel / motel, like, renovated. You don't want to stay there. This is the newest. Central's the newest. Get here if you can. Okay, I'm editing this now, and I realized I forgot to talk about 112. 112 is another apartment. It's close to, like, Waffle House, and it's across the street from Reflections. It's right by Central. 112 is, like, $900 a month, 900 to, like, 1,000 a month-ish. It depends on which one you get. Honestly, the ones that I have been into are kind of nice. You get your own room, your own bathroom. You have a kitchen. Like, it's just another apartment. It's nice. But the thing is, no parties happen there. I don't know. People who stay there, they like it, but it's also just not the nicest. It's definitely the more rundown of the apartments, but honestly, if you want a cheaper option, I would go there because it's still nice. It's still a nice apartment, but I will say it's not the most popular option, but it's definitely a good one, and it's worth the money. Next, food. Like I just said before, Piedmont North has the best food. I don't know why. I feel like all the dining halls should have the same food, but for some reason, North's food is the best. Central has the best hours because on weekends, I believe Piedmont North and Piedmont Patton Hall and Piedmont North are closed on weekends, I'm pretty sure. And Piedmont Central is the only one open on weekends, and they open at like 11 and close at 9. But during the week, like Monday through Friday, the dining hall is 24 hours at Central, whereas at Patton and Piedmont North, they close at like 9. So again, Central has the best hours, but I will tell you, once it reaches like 8 o'clock, they'll serve pizza and french fries, and that's it. Like, that's it. You're not gonna get anything good past 8, 9 o'clock. Like, if you want dinner, get there early, but if you want to get food late at night, you're gonna be eating french fries. Just letting you know now. Another thing is about food, you will be hungry. The dining hall food is not that good. You're going to get tired of it so quickly. I'm sure you've watched another video and they told you that already. I don't know, it's dorm food, it's college food. What do you think? It's gonna be a 5-star restaurant? Like, no. It is not good. It's not, I won't say it's terrible, but it's definitely not like, I want to eat this, you know? You're gonna get tired of it. They serve the same thing every single day, basically. And I don't know, it's just not, I don't know, I'm tired of it. Next topic is campus life. This is a big one. Number 1, get involved as much as you can. I'm bored. I tell you guys all the time, if you watch my vlogs, I am bored. If you like have a hobby or something and Georgia State has a club for that hobby, please join it. Please join the step team, join the, I don't know, the business club, I don't know, the dance team, I don't know, something. Join it, get in a frat, a sorority, whatever it is. Just get involved on campus. They always have like events going on too, like especially the first week of fall semester, like they always have events going on. Go to those events and meet people, and I don't know, just get involved. That's all I can say, because if you don't, you're gonna be bored and then you're gonna be mad like me. And you could go on the Panther Involvement Network, the PIN is what it's called, and they have a bunch of clubs and stuff. You can read through it and see something you like, and please join it. Please join it. It's good to know people. That's another thing. That's number 2. It's good to know people because you never know what's going to happen later down the line. And also, if you know more people, you'll have more opportunities, like I said earlier, like more parties to go to, more moves, like more things to do. It's always good to know somebody. You'll have more fun if you're social. If you're social, yeah, it's just gonna come back to you. That's the best way I could say it, because if you're not social and you don't have like that many friends, you're not gonna have fun. College is what you make it. If you don't have like friends, if you don't make an effort to make friends, I promise you're not gonna have fun. Like, I feel like that's a harsh reality, but it's kind of true, because if you don't know anybody, what are you gonna do with your time? And if nobody wants to hang out with you, like, first impressions matter. That's another thing, but we'll talk. That's a hot take, actually. The first couple of weeks, go to all of the events. If you go to all the events, I promise you, like I said before, you'll meet more people, you'll have more opportunities, you'll have more fun. Like, everybody is outside the first month of school, or the first like week too, I don't know, but everybody's out, everybody's like looking to make friends. Like, that is the perfect time. Don't think like, oh, I'll make friends later. No, meet as many people as you can and you'll be happy. Basketball games and football games get kind of boring, if I'm being honest. After a while, it's kind of the same thing. Georgia State's football team is not that good, but I will say going to football games is fun because you'll talk to people. Basketball games are kind of the same thing. Georgia State's basketball team isn't bad, but I feel like there's only so much you could do at the game. It's really, if you're with people who will make it fun, then the games will be fun. But if you're just going to the game to watch the game, it's not going to be as fun as you think. And yeah, that's about it for campus life, really. That's really it for my topics, but I have a bunch of hot takes that I wrote down on here, so I'm just going to read them off for you guys. And these ones I'm not going to give explanation to, because I feel like they're kind of like self-explanatory. Don't take the bus. Actually, I lied. I am gonna I'm gonna explain. The bus will make you late to class. Don't take the bus. Take the bus, if anything, If you have a far class that's like far from your dorm, take the bus back, but don't take it to the class because you will be late. The bus is always late. They suck. Before classes start, just walk around by yourself and familiarize yourself with everything around you. For the first like month of, nah, I'm lying. For the first like week of each class I used my phone GPS. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I didn't know where I was going. I can't tell you how many people, oh, it's kind of cute when people ask you like where you, like how to get somewhere, but just familiarize yourself with where everything is, like how to get there. It'll make your life easier later. Homeless people are funny, are so funny. They'll make you laugh. It is kind of sad sometimes, but like sometimes they'll like be dancing on the street and it's funny. So that's, I don't know if that's mean or not, but they are funny. Don't be scared of them, because if you're scared of them, okay, sometimes you can be scared of them, but if you're scared of them, they'll know, and I don't feel bad. But a lot of them won't touch you, but at the same time, some of them might, so get a taser or pepper spray. Please, 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 and carry it around with you because you never know what's going to happen. There have been cases where homeless people have come up to me and like kind of harassed me, if I'm being honest, but just have that protection on you. I've never had to use it, but just have it for safety, please. The weather is bipolar. Get an umbrella, especially if you have straight hair like me right now. Get the umbrella. It's humid. Get the umbrella. Just get the umbrella. Especially when you're walking to class. Put that in your backpack and leave it there. Don't take it out. Just, you need that. Talk to your advisors. That's a big one. Self-explanatory. Do your work early in the day, because someone will text you later wanting to go out and you won't do that homework. I can't tell you how many times somebody's texted me and been like, oh, let's go do this. Like, this is going on. But I haven't finished my work and it's due that night. Please just do it early, so then, because somebody will text you, I promise. Atlanta has so much to offer. Like, be prepared to spend money. Be prepared to spend money. That summer before you leave for school, you better be working, grinding, saving K's, saving thousands, I'm telling you, because during the school you're not going to want to work and you're going to want to have that money to spend. Trust me, because I told you, things add up. Things add up. You're going to be hungry. You're going to need something. Things add up. Buy snacks. You're gonna be starving. Buy snacks. Buy snacks. Buy microwavable food like ramen, mac and cheese, soup. I don't know. Buy, like, I don't know. Just buy a bunch of snacks because you will be hungry. I promise. Please, please buy snacks. I wish I had food. I'm starving right now. After this video, I'm probably gonna go to the dining hall. I don't want that, but what else am I gonna eat? Because I don't have any snacks. Kickbacks are better. I already said that. And lastly, Patton Hall stinks. I don't know what it is, but walking past that, it smells terrible. So that is all of the advice I have for you guys. I definitely have more tips and stuff like that because I go to school here. But if you guys have any questions, my DMs are always open. I would love to talk to you about Georgia State and any questions that you have. If you have any other questions, you can leave a comment also, and I will always respond. Yeah, like this video if you plan on going to Georgia State, or like this video if you applied to Georgia State and you're thinking about it. I promise you, Georgia State is not as bad as people make it out to be. It's pretty fun. My biggest advice is college is what you make it. If you meet people, if you get involved, you're gonna have fun. If you have a planner and are organized and stay on top of stuff, you will be fine. Classes aren't that bad. As a business major, like, I'm okay. Like, maybe because I'm a freshman. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, give this video a big thumbs up. And I'll see you on the next one. Hope to see you at Georgia State.